Hello out there, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a video, well, of just me being nerdy for a little while. You know, I've been concentrating so hard on making my custom toy videos that I haven't really put up any other different kind of content, so I just wanted to vary things up a little bit. So I think this time I'll do a brief thesis on the nature of superpowers and how they apply to Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just that over the years I've made a whole bunch of people's fan characters as action figures, and oftentimes when people show me their fan characters they describe their whole backstories and abilities to me, and it kind of gives me the impression that everybody thinks that every animal person in Sonic's universe has to have some kind of superpower or ability, when it's been pretty well established within various forms of the fiction that most of the people in Sonic's universe are, well, you know, just people, you know? Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure they did a whole episode centered around this in the Sonic Boom cartoon, but yeah, like, just because you're an animal person in Sonic's universe doesn't mean you have superpowers. In fact, the way superpowers work in Sonic's universe is really similar to the way that superpowers work in DC canon. Let me show some examples. The first category, of course, is what we would think of as a conventional superpower. You know what a conventional superpower is. It's the most intuitive thing. It's just some kind of ability that a person has that's unique to them pretty much and grants them an ability that, you know, other people don't have, hence the unique. Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles are perfect examples of just a conventional superpower. Sonic's speed and Knuckles' superhuman strength. Like, no other hedgehog is gonna be as fast as Sonic. Like, that's just not what hedgehogs do. And, Knuckles is, you know, there aren't, like, Knuckles may be the last echidna, but in most other times when we get to see echidnas, like, unless they've actually been doing a lot of training in martial arts or have some kind of boost, like from a chaos energy or something, they're not going to be able to match his just natural strength. So, yeah, this is, you know, it's a pretty basic, simple thing. It's the simplest category of superpower. Although, I did want to briefly mention how in the latest season of the Flash TV series, they show that Flash is able to pull people into the Speed Force and get other people on Flash time along with him. And this kind of reminded me of the double boost power from Sonic Forces. It also reminds me of the tag actions from Sonic Advance 3 and you know, the boost they have in Sonic Heroes. It's just like, I don't know, like, something about the nature of this kind of power, like just being able to briefly share it with others, like, as if you're sharing some kind of chi or energy. I don't know, I just found that to be an interesting little parallel between the things. The next kind of superpower is a physical body quirk. This is kind of similar to the first in that it's a unique special ability that you have, but it's different in that it's obviously manifested in your physical appearance. Like, in comic books, this is often used as a source of pathos. Like, for example, in X-Men, you have the Beast that looks like a giant blue gorilla, and, you know, people are just afraid of the way he looks, and, you know, all that kind of thing. So this is just the kind of power that, like, you know, like, people can tell you have it just more or less by looking at you or seeing you use it. In Sonic the Hedgehog canon, Tangle the Lemur and Tails are, of course, perfect examples of this with their unique tails. I mean, we all know about Tails' second tail, which, as a child, got him ostracized, and it grants him the ability to fly, something that other foxes can't do. But in the new comic book, we've seen Tangle use her tail to great effect. First of all, I should point out, lemurs do not normally have prehensile tails. Some species of monkeys have prehensile tails, but lemurs do not. Their tails are more rigid, similar to squirrel tails. But Tangle's tail is not only prehensile, it also has the ability to stretch to way longer than her natural body length. In fact, it's so stretchable, she even used it as a kind of slingshot and springboard in the comic, which, you know, is a legitimate superpower. So among a community of basically ordinary animal people, Tangle was one that actually had a unique power. So, you know, this is a whole operating on my whole not everybody you find in the street is a superhero rule of the DC universe applying to Sonic's universe. The next class of superpower is a magical or supernatural ability. You know, this is where, like, you have an artifact, or you've keyed into some kind of other dimensional force, you know, some supernatural ability, like your regular human physiology is perfectly normal, but there's something that you're able to tap into that gives you some kind of extra normal ability. Of course, this is probably a couple of the most well-known and popular characters in Sonic canon, Amy and Blaze, that have powers like this. Now, Blaze might be a little controversial because some might say she has natural super speed, but I believe that it's because of her birthright as the princess who protect and guardian of the Soul Emeralds that she's empowered by them and can channel into some kind of force that gives her her ability to throw out fire. Now, this might be a little bit controversial, but no one's going to question that Amy's hammer is magic. It's a pure magical conjurance that she's able to summon up at will at any time. Also, the hammer, I don't know, I think in some continuities they've had some kind of Thor's hammer kind of logic where only Amy is able to wield it, but don't quote me on that because I don't know how official that's ever been. But yeah, that's magic. They have an ability to magically summon up fire, weapons, you know. Physiologically, Blaze and Amy don't really have too much in the way of superhuman ability, although some might argue that Amy has Berserker super strength, but I say that could be magically enhanced. But yeah, magic. Magic does exist in Sonic's universe, and I do believe that these two make regular use of it. And finally, there is the category of people that don't actually have superpowers, just a natural trait of their species gives them an advantage. Yeah, this is one of the more controversial ones, but if you think about it, characters like Superman, Starfire, Martian Manhunter, they don't have superpowers. I mean, any Kryptonian would have Superman's abilities if they're exposed to yellow sunlight. All Tamaranians can fly and fire energy bolts like Starfire. And all Martians are telepathic shapeshifters that can learn how to phase through walls. It's just a natural thing that they can do, but they happen to live on Earth where these make them special. So, yes, there are characters like this in the Sonic canon, and in fact, a lot of the characters are actually like this. As an example, I'll just call up Vector the Crocodile and Espyo the Chameleon. Because Vector, he is a crocodile, so he's really big and he's really strong, but then again, he's a crocodile. Have you ever heard of a crocodile that wasn't huge and strong? And Espyo is a trained ninja, but his ability to turn invisible is just the color-changing thing that just about any chameleon should be able to do, right? So these guys don't actually have any superpowers. They just have a natural ability that gives them, you know, that some people might mistake for a superpower because they don't have it. So yeah, those are the 4 basic categories of superpowers and how they are paralleled in the various forms of the Sonic universe, be it the cartoons, the canon, or the video games themselves. Let me know in the comments if you think that there's other characters that might fit into different categories, or if I got something wrong, or any general kind of discussion. I'd like to hear it, because that's kind of the reason why I made this. So yep, we'll see you next time with another discussion video, hopefully. And I am still working on toys, so hopefully I have some more of those in too. See you around.